Expand your vocabulary with our core 2,000 words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Korean ebook before it's gone.
Hi everyone, I'm Jae-hui. Welcome back to Korean Top Words. In this video, we'll be checking out 10 phrases to help you in an emergency. Let's begin. 경찰을 불러주세요. Call the police, please. So 경찰 means policeman, and 불러주세요 means please call. So when you're in an emergency and if you want someone to call police over the phone or in person, you can say 경찰을 불러주세요. Call the police, please. You can also, if you need an ambulance, you can say ambulance를 불러주세요 by replacing the word 경찰 here and say ambulance를 불러주세요 or 구급차를 불러주세요, which means call me the ambulance, please. So if you can make a call, you can call 112 to call a police or 119 to call a fire truck or ambulance. 열이 나나요? Do you have a fever? So here we have the word 열, which means fever. It can be any kind of heat, like it can be also, you can also use it to mean the heat from fire. But when you talk about your health, like body condition, 열 can mean fever. So when you go to a hospital, you might hear this question in Korean, and you can say 예 to mean yes or 아니요 to mean no. 여권을 잃어버렸어요. I lost my passport. So 여권 literally means the book for travel because 여 is the Chinese character meaning travel and 권 is kind of the counter for books. So 여권 means passport, and when you lost your passport, before or after you call your embassy, you also have to report it to a police. So in that case, when you go to a police station, you can say 여권을 잃어버렸어요. 잃어버렸어요 or 잃어버리다 is the verb meaning to lost. So you can actually say you lost something using this pattern. Say, 우산을 잃어버렸어요. I lost my umbrella. 가방을 잃어버렸어요. I lost my bag. 뭔가 잘못 먹은 것 같아요. I think I ate something bad. It's a little bit long phrase to remember, but I think this is kind of polite way to say I ate something bad. If you don't want to hurt anyone, I think this is a phrase that you can use at a hospital or even at a restaurant. So 뭔가 at the beginning of the sentence here means something. 잘못 means wrong, wrongly, and 먹은 것 같아요 means I think I ate something. So here we have the verb 같아요, which means I think, it seems like, and it makes your sentence indirect and also polite. So you'll be able to see a lot of expressions in Korean have this kind of ending, like 같아요, so that it doesn't sound direct, a little bit softer, and also polite. 의사가 필요해요. I need a doctor. So when you need a medical help, you can use this phrase to say I need a doctor. 의사가 필요해요. Here, 의사 means a doctor, and you can also put any other words too. For example, 도움이 필요해요, which means I need a help. The particle 가 should be changed depending on the noun. So if you don't want to worry about the particle because you really need a help right now, but not make any grammatical mistake, you can just keep saying particle and just say 의사 필요해요. I need a doctor. 도움 필요해요. I need help. It doesn't sound 100% natural, but it means clear. Anyways. 호텔로 돌아가는 길을 못 찾겠어요. I can't find the way back to my hotel. If you are looking for some guest house and hotels with reasonable prices, you'll be able to find many of them in north part of Seoul, which has a longer history than south part of Seoul. That also means that the roads are kind of smaller and not easy to find because it's been there for 600, 700 years. So in that case, I recommend you to get a name card of your hotel when you check in, so that other Korean people can help you, because there are a lot of guest hotels, guest houses which are new. Korean people might not be able to, find it if they just hear the name only. So I think it's better to get the name card at the check-in desk when you arrive at the hotel. 이 근처에 약국 있나요? Is there a pharmacy nearby? So we have the noun 약국 here. 약 means medicine, and 국 is something like store. So 약국 means pharmacy. I think you'll be able to easily find a pharmacy in Korea, but when it's on weekends, it might not easy to find one nearby. So I think before you go to a pharmacy on your map, on your smartphone, I think it's better to call them. If they answer, that means they're open. So you can just go there or ask the front desk staff to call them or check it for you to see if they're open. Because many times, half of them will be closed. So I think it's better to check it in advance. And if you just need some simple medicine, I think you can also check out the convenience store nearby. I think they have some medicines there too. 좀 도와주실래요? Can you help me? To say can you help me, you can just say 도와주실래요? But here we have the word 좀, which means a little, like, a few. Because if you use that at the beginning of your question or request, you request the question will be very polite. So even if you don't want to say, can you help me a little bit? Like by using the word 좀, you can make your request much more polite. 길을 잃었어요. I'm lost. So here we have the word 길, which means street. So it literally means I lost what street I am, something like that. If you just simply say 잃었어요 to mean I'm lost, it means I lost something. So if you want to say I am lost because I don't know where I am, make sure to say 길을 at the beginning and say 길을 잃었어요. 영어 하세요? Do you speak English? It literally means do you do English? But when you want to ask someone if someone speaks English, this 하세요, the verb meaning to do, make your question more natural. So you can say 영어 하세요 to mean do you speak English? Or if you want to ask another language, for example, 중국어, Chinese, you can say 중국어 하세요. Do you speak Chinese? Okay, that's all 10 phrases to help you in an emergency. I hope you don't use one of them in a real situation, but if you really need help, I hope these phrases help you in an emergency. Let us know in the comment if you have any question, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and make sure to visit our website, koreanclass101.com. I'll see you in the next video. 다음 시간에 뵙겠습니다. 안녕히 계세요. Hi everyone, I'm Jae-hui. Welcome back to Korean Top Words. In this video, we'll be talking about 5 sentence patterns for beginners. Let's begin. 제 이름은 입니다. My name is. So after you say 제 이름은, which means my name is, you can just put your name and say 입니다. 입니다 is the word meaning to be. So unlike English, you have to put your name in the middle of the sentence. So for example, my name is Jae-hui, so I can say 제 이름은 재휘입니다. My name is Jae-hui. 제 이름은 재휘입니다. My name is Jae-hui. 저는 입니다. I am. So I think this is kind of the magic sentence pattern. You can put anything in there. You can even put the name of your job. You can also put your nationality, like ethnic group, or anything in there, because that literally means I am something. So for example, if you are, let's say, from the UK, you can say 저는 영국 사람입니다 by using the word 영국 사람, which means British, or literally means the person from the UK. And if your job is a student, you can say 저는 학생입니다 using the noun 학생, which means a student. So you just, put anything in there. Just say 저는, which means I am. And then put a noun and say 입니다, which means to be. 어디예요? Where is? So when you want to see where something is, you just have to put the noun about the place at the beginning and say 어디예요? make sure to raise the tone at the end of sentence as in 어디에요, not 어디에요. It's because when you say 어디에요, it becomes a question, but if you say 어디에요, it becomes a statement. So make sure to say 어디에요 when you ask a question. So if you are in a park and if you want to know where a restroom is, you can use the noun 화장실, which means restroom, and then just say 어디에요? 화장실 어디에요? Where's the restroom? 저는 에 살아요. I live in. So unlike English, you have to put the name of the place in the middle of the sentence. So if you live in Seoul, 서울 in Korean, you can say 저는 서울에 살아요. 저는 서울에 살아요. So simply say 저는, which means I do, I am, and then name of the place and say 에 살아요. Here 에 is the particle for location. If you put the particle 에 right after the place name, it becomes in Seoul, for example, like as in 서울에. For sure, like in many cases, you can just keep saying particle and just say 저는 서울 살아요. But it sounds a little bit not natural, so it's better to use the particle 에 if you can remember it correctly. 저는 좋아해요. I like. So 좋아해요 is the verb meaning to like something. So if you like something, you just say 저는 and the object and just say 좋아해요, which means I like something. So for example, if you like 한국, Korea, everything about Korea, you can say 저는 한국 좋아해요. I like Korea. I think this is the magic word to make more Korean friends when you see someone for the first time. If you like something else, like let's say 갈비, which is kind of marinated beef or pork, you can say 저는 갈비 좋아해요. I like 갈비, the marinated beef or pork. Okay, that's all 5 sentence patterns for beginners. I hope you get a chance to use some of the sentence patterns today or tomorrow. If you use that, then let us know in a comment. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and make sure to visit our website koreanclass101.com. I'll see you in the next video. 다음 시간에 뵙겠습니다. 안녕히 계세요. Hi everyone, I'm Jae-hui. Welcome back to Korean Top Words. In this video, we'll be talking about 5 biggest festivals in South Korea. Let's begin. 서울 세계 불꽃 축제. 서울 세계 불꽃 축제. Seoul International Fireworks Festival. 서울 세계 불꽃 축제. Seoul International Fireworks Festival. So you can find this event only once a year in autumn season. And I remember I was there once in 2013. I liked it, but I don't think I want to go there again because there are too many people, so much crowded. I remember even if I've reserved my seat by paying a kind of a lot of extra money, but I still had to wait for 30 minutes. I heard that many people go there in the morning to get a spot or even the day before. Actually, the fireworks itself was very good. Like it was very big and it took about 2 hours. But since everyone would just leave the place at once, getting out of the place was kind of chaotic. Like I remember it took about 1 hour even to go to your nearest bus station. And then we had to actually go down to south to get away from the island. So it was kind of interesting experience, but it's good to do that just once. But if you haven't got a chance to do that and see that yet, I think it'll be really good to see the festival. The festival will be held in Yeouido, which is in the very center of Seoul. And actually, since it's very near the Han River, you can see the firework almost everywhere around that island. So you don't have to go to the island to see the festival. You can just find a nice spot around Han River and you can still enjoy the festival. And it's free, so you don't have to pay for anything. 서울 세계 불꽃 축제는 한강공원에서 열립니다. 서울 세계 불꽃 축제는 한강공원에서 열립니다. Seoul International Fireworks Festival is held at Hangang Park. 부산 국제영화제. 부산 국제영화제. Busan International Film Festival. 부산 국제영화제. Busan International Film Festival. I heard that this is one of the top film festivals in Asia, even in the world. Personally, I never got a chance to go to Busan to see this festival, but I remember some of my friends who went there and they really liked it because not only about getting a chance to see the movie earlier than others, they really liked the atmosphere, like with surrounded with the people who love the movie, cinema. I heard that they really liked it. Anywhere you go, you can feel the kind of festival or like atmosphere. So if you get a chance to go to Busan to enjoy this film festival, I think you really enjoy it if you like the kind of atmosphere. 부산국제영화제는 아시아 최대 규모의 영화제 중 하나입니다. 부산국제영화제는 아시아 최대 규모의 영화제 중 하나입니다. Busan International Film Festival is one of Asia's largest film festivals.
Is it mainly Korean movies?
International.
Everything. Wow.
Yeah. 제주 유채꽃 축제. 제주 유채꽃 축제. 제주 Canola Flower Festival. 제주 유채꽃 축제. This is tongue twist.
Yeah, I can't. I'm like, whoa. I don't think I can say it.
유채꽃 축제. 제주 유채꽃 축제. 제주 유채꽃 축제. 제주 Canola Flower Festival. I remember I went to Jeju Island in spring when they had this festival. It was so beautiful. You can see, because the sea is kind of dark blue and the flower is very like pure yellow. So when you see the flowers with the sea in the background, the combination of colors is so beautiful. So you can see the yellow flowers in front of you, and over there there's a like dark blue sea. These days, I think there are more and more tourists to come to see this festival, so it'll be more crowded. I think the flower field is huge, so even though it's crowded, I think you can enjoy the beauty of the flower and the sea all together in this festival. 제주도는 봄에 피는 유채꽃이 아름답기로 유명합니다. 제주도는 봄에 피는 유채꽃이 아름답기로 유명합니다. Jeju Island is famous for the beautiful canola flowers that glow in spring. 화천 산천어 축제. 화천 산천어 축제. 화천 산천어 ice festival. 화천 산천어 축제. 화천 산천어 ice festival. So Hwacheon is the name of the city in, I think, Gangwon province, which is in the east part of South Korea. And 산천어 literally means the fish which live in the stream of mountains. Because 산 means mountain, 천 means river, and 어 means fish. So I went there, I think, in 2015, 14. It was super cold. I think it was kind of minus 12 or 13 degree. And there was a small lake. It used to be a lake, but during the winter, it's all frozen. So you can just walk on the lake. And in the festival, they made a hole, several holes in the lake. So I could fish into the lake. So I was able to catch some of the fishes and we were able to eat them alive. That was kind of the highlight of the festival, they say. But and then you can also, enjoy the food of this, 산천어, small little cute fish from mountain streams. So if you enjoy that kind of fishing, I think this will be a very good chance to do that. And also on the way to the lake, you can get a chance to ride some special rides for the festival, because you cannot drive a car to the lake because it's all ice. So you can get a chance to take that kind of special ride to the lake, which was also fun too. In a sentence, you can say, 화천에서 산천어 얼음 낚시를 할 수 있습니다. 화천에서 산천어 얼음 낚시를 할 수 있습니다. You can go ice fishing for mountain trout in 화천. 태백산 눈축제. 태백산 눈축제. 태백산 Mountain Snow Festival. 태백산 눈축제. 태백산 Mountain Snow Festival. So when you see the Korean peninsula, like you can find a lot of high mountain on the east side. I think it used to be kind of flat land in the past, but it moved something like that. So the west side is kind of flat and not that, you cannot find that many high mountains. But when you go to the east side, you can see many, high mountains. So Taebaeksan, where you can find the snow festival, is on the east side of, South Korea. So you can find a lot of snow, and also in the mountain areas. So if you really like skiing, enjoying the winter sports and also snow, I recommend you to visit this Gangwon province, which is on the east part of South Korea. I think these days you can easily take a bus or take a KTX, the bullet train, to the Taebaeksan area. So it won't take that much time to get there. In a sentence we can say 태백산 눈 축제에서는 눈으로 만든 큰 조각품을 감상할 수 있습니다. 태백산 눈 축제에서는 눈으로 만든 큰 조각품을 감상할 수 있습니다. The Baeksan Mountain Snow Festival presents the large-scale snow sculptures. Okay, that's all 5 biggest festivals in South Korea. Which festival you want to go next time? Let us know in a comment. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and visit our website koreanclass101.com. I'll see you in the next video. 다음 시간에 뵙겠습니다. 안녕히 계세요. Busan International Film Festival is one of Asia's largest film festivals. Okay, there will be subtitles, so they'll understand what I mean.
I'm sure you said it fine.
Hi everyone, I'm Jae-hui. Welcome back to Korean Top Words. In this video, we'll be talking about 5 tongue twisters. Let's begin. 서구식 식습관, Western eating habits. I think it's really not easy to say because it has a lot of S sound, s. And it even have the same word next to each other, like 서구식, 식습관. So if you make a pause, I think it'll be easier. But if you just put them all together, like 서구식 식습관, I think it's kind of not easy to say it. Just by breaking up this, tongue twister. So 서구 means something in the West, like Western countries, and 식 means style. So when someone says 서구식, it means Western style. So if it's something like pasta or some steaks, we say 서구식 식사, Western style meal. And 식습관, 식 is the Chinese character meaning eating something, and 습관 means habit. So altogether we have Western eating habits, as in 서구식 식습관, or if you go faster, you can say 서구식 식습관. It sounds like a bad word, but it's not though. But yeah, 서구식 식습관, 서구식 식습관. 공간 감각, sense of space. So there's some nasal sound like 니은, 이응, 리을, 미음, and when it's placed next to 그 or 크 sound, its pronunciation changes to 응 sound. So if you break it down, you can say 공간, n, n sound, 감각. But if you just put them together, it'll be like 공간 감각. It sounds something like that. So I think that's why it's kind of not easy to say it. You can also for sure say each one of them correctly by saying 공간 감각. The reason that it's not easy to say is also about this 그, like consonant in every single of word. So 공간 감각. So, but I think it's kind of easier than others. But so you can just try to master one of the tongue twisters. 강력 접착제, strong adhesive. 접착제 means something like glue. So altogether you can say 강력 접착제. There's a 기역 at the end of the word 강력, and there's a 지읒. So you have to make a pause. I think that's why this is not easy to say, because if you want to put them together, read it faster. I think the kind of pause is making you pronounce it a little bit difficult. So if you read this word 강력 접착제, I recommend you to make a little pause in between two words and say 강력 접착제 instead of reading them all together, because it will be not easy to read. 경품 당첨자, prize winner. So 경품 is kind of the gift that you get for free after, joining an event. And 당첨자 means the winner, like winner who got the free gift. So altogether, you can say 경품 당첨자. So I think the 받침, which is the, last consonant in a word, I think that's kind of the thing making this word not easy to say, because they're like, all of them, most of them have the 받침, 경품 당첨자. So, but if you practice it, actually, I think it'll be a good tool to improve your pronunciation. So say again, like 경품 당첨자. Always, like if it is not easy to say a set of words, you can just make a pause in between words. Then it'll help you read it correctly. 반품 상품, returned merchandise. So 반품 means returned item. 상품 means, merchandise. So when something is returned, you can say 반품 상품. I think it's not easy to read because it has the same word repeated twice. 품품, like 반품 상품. I think again, it's kind of good to make a pause in between and say 반품 상품 instead of saying it all together. Okay, we just checked out 5 tongue twisters. Which one did you find the most challenging? Let us know in a comment. Like this video if you like it, and subscribe to this channel, and make sure to visit our website koreanclass101.com. I'll see you in the next video. 다음 시간에 뵙겠습니다. 안녕히 계세요. 서구식 십습관. Yeah, I can see that. Hi everyone, I'm Jae-hui. Welcome back to Korean Top Words. In this video, we will be talking about top 5 most popular sports. Let's begin. 축구, 축구, soccer, 축구, soccer. The first we have is 축구, soccer. So in many sports names in Korean, you can find this word 구 because that means balls. As you know, 축구 can be played with a ball, like soccer ball. So that's why we have the word 구 in the name of the sports. Other names that we have 구 is also 야구, baseball, and also 농구, basketball. So if you find the word 구 in the name of sports, you can consider that as kind of related to doing something with a ball. 한국은 2002년 월드컵 축구 경기를 개최했습니다. 한국은 2002년 월드컵 축구 경기를 개최했습니다. South Korea hosted the World Cup, the soccer game, in 2002. 씨름, 씨름, Korean wrestling. 씨름, 씨름, Korean wrestling. So it looks kind of similar to sumo in Japan, but they have different rules. I never got a chance to see the game in person, but I remember I often watched the game on TV when I was really young because when it was big holiday season, I think 씨름 was one of the sports that you can easily see on TV because it's kind of traditional. So in a sentence, we can say 씨름은 한국의 전통 운동입니다. 씨름은 한국의 전통 운동입니다. 씨름 is a traditional Korean sport. 등산, 등산, hiking, 등산, 등산, hiking. So 등산 is based on 2 Chinese characters. 등 is meaning something like climbing, going up, and 산 means mountains. So it literally means climbing up to the mountains. So we also use the word hiking in some cases, but hiking sounds a little bit like lighter than 등산. 등산 seems to be more heavy sports or not kind of light sports. And I think this is the most popular sport these days in South Korea. I can see even my mother often do 등산 of the weekends because, you can easily find mountain around your town in South Korea and just climb up there. And all the paths and things in the mountains are very well organized. So you don't have to have a heavy gear to do 등산. hiking in South Korea, you can easily just find a mountain nearby and just do 등산, hiking, just off the weekend. So if you're in Seoul, I think the best and easiest place to do 등산, hiking, would be Namsan. Namsan is located at the very center of the city where you can find the Seoul Tower. You can go up there very easily. It'll only take about 30 minutes. And up there you can see the entire view of Seoul. So I think that's one place that you can easily go for hiking. 한국에는 산이 많아서 등산하기 좋습니다. 한국에는 산이 많아서 등산하기 좋습니다. There are many mountains in Korea, so it is good for hiking. 야구, 야구, baseball, 야구, baseball. So as you can see, there's a word 구 in the name of this sport, baseball, 야구, because you play the sports with a ball. I think 야 here means something like yard, like or outside, because that's typically what you do. I remember when I was a kid, I was a fan of the baseball team named OB. OB used to be the company making beer, and now they changed their name to Tusan, and still they have the baseball game. Yeah, I think that was kind of trendy, like many boys, they joined the kind of junior club of a big baseball teams to be a part of the community outside their own school. So I remember I was going into some sports events and met some of the kids from different schools. You can easily also watch the baseball game on TV, or you can actually go to a stadium, mostly in Jamsil, which is in the eastern south part of Seoul. And if you find a good game, you can say 야구 경기 보러 가자. 야구 경기 보러 가자. Let's go see a baseball game. 농구, 농구. Basketball, 농구, 농구, basketball. I think this is the most popular sports that high school kids do at a school because to play a soccer you need a big space, and for baseball too, I don't think any of my friends in high school played baseball. But about basketball, 농구, I remember my friends often play this sport whenever they get a chance, because you just need a smaller space and just need a very few people. So I think even at a company, people usually organize a small sports game like playing 농구, basketball together with coworkers. So if you want to play a basketball after work, you can say 농구하러 갈래? 농구하러 갈래? Which means, do you want to go play basketball? Okay, we just learned top 5 most popular sports. What is your favorite sport? Let us know in a comment. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe to this channel, and make sure to visit our website, koreanclass101.com. I will see you in the next video. 다음 시간에 뵙겠습니다. 안녕히 계세요. Yeah, I remember I was doing it once and then I thought that's too much. You can actually go up there by your bus, but if you're not Korean,
Eh?
yeah, because like when you get on a taxi, like they will just stop you in the middle of the path. So they will check your ID, and if you're Korean, you have to get off the taxi and just climb up there by walk. But if you are foreigner, like if you have a passport from another country, then your taxi can just go up all the way to the top.
What's the reason?
I don't know. Hi everyone, I'm Jae-hui. In this video, we'll be talking about top 25 Korean phrases. Okay, let's see what we have first. 안녕하세요. Hello. This is the greeting that you can use for the formal situation. When you meet someone for the first time, you can say 안녕하세요. 만나서 반갑습니다, which means hello, it's nice to meet you. Or with your friend, you can just say 안녕 without 하세요, just to say hello to your friend. 여보세요. Hello on the phone. You have to use a different phrase when you want to say hello on the phone. So say 띠리리리링 안녕 안녕하세요. 띠리리리리 여보세요. 여보세요. That's so you cannot say 안녕하세요 when you're talking on the phone. It sounds weird. 오랜만이에요. Long time no see. When you're just shopping in the department store and you see someone you haven't met for a long time, you can just say 오랜만이에요 to mean long time no see. Or with friend, you can say 오랜만이야. Long time no see. 안녕히 주무세요. Good night. Actually, it literally means please sleep well. So you can use this phrase only with someone who is living together with you, like your parents. So to your parents, 안녕히 주무세요. So at night, you can say 안녕히 주무세요. Then your parents should be, and then you'll be 잘 자, good night. So 잘 자 is informal way to say good night. So to your wife, to your husband, brother or sister, you can just say 잘 자, and then you can just go back to sleep. 안녕히 계세요, goodbye. There are two ways to say goodbye. This one is the one that you can use when you leave. Let's say you are invited to someone's house. You had a really great time, you leave. In that case, you can say 안녕히 계세요. 안녕히 가세요. Goodbye. Let's say you are the host of the party. You invited everyone to your home, had a really great time, and then everyone is leaving now. You want to say 안녕히 가세요 because your stay, everyone else is leaving. For example, you can say 안녕히 가세요. 와주셔서 감사합니다, which means goodbye, thank you for coming. 만나서 반가워요. Nice to meet you. When you meet someone for the first time, you can say 안녕하세요, then say 만나서 반가워요. Or if someone is younger than you can just say 만나서 반가워 in informal way. So for those who just watched the video of me for the first time, let me say 만나서 반가워요. 모르겠어요. I do not know. Let's say on the street, you're in Seoul, someone asks you something in Korean, you don't know. You have no idea what he's talking about. Then you can just simply say 모르겠어요. I do not know. In informal way, 모르겠어. 감사합니다. Thank you. Let's say you got a gift and you can say 선물 감사합니다. Thank you for the gift. So you can just simply say 감사합니다 or the noun plus 감사합니다 to mean thank you for something. 고맙습니다. Thank you. You can say 감사합니다 or 고맙습니다 to say thank you, but if you want to make it sound more friendly, you can say 고맙습니다. 선물 고맙습니다. Thank you for the gift. 초대 감사합니다. Thank you for the invitation. 잠깐만 기다려주세요. Wait a moment, please. Let's say you're late and you see your boss is about to leave. 잠깐만 기다려주세요. 죄송합니다. Sorry. 죄송합니다. 죄송합니다. 미안합니다. Sorry. Don't use this when you make a big mistake, but if it is not big, then you can just say 미안합니다. That's enough. So when you bump into someone on the street, then you can say this. 미안합니다. Because it's not a big mistake. 알겠습니다. I understand. So let's say you made a huge mistake at your company and your boss will be like, 너 지금 뭐 하는 거야? You can say, after listening to everything, you can say, 알겠습니다. I understand. 선생님 질문 있어요. 선생님 이름이 뭐예요? 알겠습니다. 잘 다녀오세요. Have a good journey. You can say that to those who are going to take a big trip, but usually we also use that to a father who is about to go to work, and we just say 잘 다녀오세요. 좋은 하루 되세요. Have a nice day. 잘 다녀오세요 literally means please go out and come back safely. So you can say only when someone is leaving and you are staying in and waiting for that person. 이름이 뭐예요? What's your name? 이름이 뭐예요? 이름이 뭐예요? 재휘예요. 네. 이름이 뭐예요? 재휘입니다. 알겠습니다. 이름이 뭐예요? What's your name? 제 이름은 입니다. My name is 제 이름은 이재휘입니다. My name is 이재휘. 안녕. 어서 오세요. Welcome. So you got into the store and you hear 어서 오세요 or 어서 오세요. Or you got a guest coming into your place. You can say 어서 오세요. Welcome. 실례합니다. Excuse me. You have to catch your bus and you have to go through the crowd. Then you have to say 실례합니다, 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 실례합니다. When you want to ask a question, you can also say 실례합니다, then your question. 잘 먹겠습니다. I will eat well. Thank you for the meal. You're at the restaurant, you got a lot of food, and you're about to eat. Before you eat, you have to say 잘 먹겠습니다. Even if you're alone, you have to say 잘 먹겠습니다. 잘 먹겠습니다. 잘 먹었습니다. I ate well. Thank you for the meal. 잘 먹었습니다. When you leave a restaurant, you can say 잘 먹었습니다 to the staff to say thank you for the meal. 맛있게 드세요. Bon appetit. Let's say this is the food that I made with seaweed, huge seaweed. 오, 맛있게 드세요. 맛있게 드세요. 잘 먹겠습니다. I'm hungry. 이거 얼마예요? How much is this? So you go to shopping, you found the item you really want to have, and then you can say 이거 얼마예요? 저거 얼마예요? 그거 얼마예요? Then you get the price, but don't accept that. You have to try the discount. Say 깎아주세요 to get your discount. That's all top 25 Korean phrases. Thank you for watching it and please make sure to subscribe. 좋은 하루 보내세요. Have a nice day. 잘 먹겠습니다. 이거 재미를 또. Hi everyone, I'm Jae-hee. In this video, you'll learn about top 25 Korean verbs. Let's get started. 가다, to go. So when you are going to somewhere, you can just say something something에 가다. So you're with your Korean friends and now you want to go to a club. You can say 클럽에 가고 싶어. 클럽에 가자. 클럽에 갈까? 가지다, to have. So in Korean drama, like there's a girl who wanna get married with a rich guy and she will say 저 남자 갖고 싶어. I wanna have the guy. 나오다, to come out. You are moving out of the place, you can just say 나오다. 놀다, to play. Let's say you wanna hang out with your friend is at home sleeping. You just call him and just say 나와, 놀자. That means like to come out and hang out with me. 놓다, to put. So when you just put something, you can just say 놓다. 마우스를 놓다. 아이패드를 놓다. 대답하다, to answer. You're in a classroom and you ask a very difficult question to your teacher. He doesn't answer, then you say 대답해 주세요, please. You can use it only to mean to answer a question. 돕다, to help. You need some help in Korean, then you can say 도와주세요. And the other person say 도와드릴게요, which means I'll help you. So usually we say 도와주다 a little bit more, which really means to give a help. 듣다, to hear, to listen. So 음악을 듣다, ums. I'm listening to KoreanClass101.com podcast. 마시다, to drink. You can use this verb for any types of drinks. So water or soju, 맥주, any types of. So we also use the verb 먹다 to talk about beverage too. So you can use 마시다 or 먹다. That's how we drink soju. 만나다, to meet. So even if you meet someone for the first time, second time, third time, you can say 만나다. You meet someone first time, 만나서 반가워요. Second time, 만나서 반가워요. Third time, 만나서 반가워요. Every time you can use it. 만나서 반가워요. 말하다, to say, to speak. 마이크에 말하다. 음시. 만나서 반가워요. 이름이 뭐예요? 먹다, to eat. 잘 먹겠습니다. 먹다. 잘 먹었습니다. You can use it to mean to drink. So you can say 물을 먹다 too. 모르다, to not know. 모르겠어요. I don't know. You can also say 모르겠어요. I don't understand. 잘 모르겠어요. 받다, to receive. 선물을 받겠습니다. 선물. 보다, to try. For example, you can say 춤을 춰보다. 보다, to see. So you see something like you watch TV, you see a movie, you see, your loved one, you can always use this one verb, 보다. So 영화를 보다, 텔레비전을 보다, 드라마를 보다, 콘서트를 보다. All with the verb 보다. I watch some drama then. 사용하다, to use. For any type of tools, you can use this verb and also with a language. For example, 한국어를 사용하다. And when you dance, you can say 몸을 사용하다. 아니다, to not be. Anything like no, not, you can just use this. You don't like this food? You can say 아니야, 아니야. You don't like it. 알다, to know. Someone is talking about things that you know, boring. You can say 알아, 알아. I know, I know. Your parents are talking about things that you have to do. You can say 알아요, 알아요. 알아요, 알아요. I know, I know. 않다, to not do. You can use this with any types of verbs. For example, 먹지 않다, 보지 않다, 가지 않다, 춤추지 않다. 오다, to come. 가다 was to go. 오다 is for to come. So in the morning, 학교에 가다. But in the afternoon, 집에 오다. 있다, to be. This verb is the magic word because it can mean there is, to be, using the same word. So simply just say the noun for the object and say 있다. 사람이 있다, 나무가 있다, 학교가 있다, 집이 있다. 좋아하다, to like. So you can just put any type of object and say 좋아하다. For example, 김치를 좋아하다, 밥을 좋아하다, 춤을 좋아하다. If you want to date with someone, then you can just start with this as a first question. 뭘 좋아해? What do you like? 주다, to give. 선물을 받다, and next day, 선물을 주다. So when someone is moving in and you are invited to the home party, you have to bring a pack of toilet papers. 두루마기 휴지를 주다. For those who just moved in. 하다, to do. In Korean, we have a lot of verbs with this word inside. 하다. For example, 노래하다, 청소하다, 공부하다. Okay, that's all top 25 Korean verbs that we have. And thank you for watching. And please make sure to subscribe. I'll see you next time. 감사합니다. Bye, guys. Hi, everyone. I'm Jae-hui. In this video, we'll be talking about top 25 Korean nouns. Okay, let's see what we have first. 것, a thing or an object. So when you're doing some shopping, you like something that you like, that you don't like, then you can say 저는 이것이 좋아요, but 저는 저것이 싫어요. I don't like this, I don't like that. 수, way, method, number. It has three different meaning, method, way, numbers. For example, 사람 수가 많이 있다. In that case, 수 means number. And if you're in a big trouble and you don't know what to do, you can also say 수가 없다. 나, I. So this is the informal way to say I as a pronoun. So you can say 나는 나야. I myself. 나는 김치가 좋아. 나는 한국이 좋아. 나는 한국 사람이 좋아. Can be a good examples. But when you talk with someone older than you, you cannot say 나. Instead, you have to say 저, which is formal version to say I. 사람, person. When you talk about a person, don't use 것 because 것 is for a thing. So you cannot say 이것이 좋아 when you talk about someone you love. Instead, you can say 이 사람이 좋아. 사람 means person. 우리, we, or our. It literally means our or we, but even if it's only about myself, talking about my country, then I'll say 우리나라, meaning our country. Even though you are not Korean, I'll just say our country, 우리나라, when talking about Korea. Even with your friend, you can say 우리 가족, literally meaning our family, even though you want to mean my family. The way to improve your Korean first is to use 우리 more often. 그, he, that. We usually don't use 그 or he, 그녀, she when we make sentences because it doesn't sound natural to use a specific pronoun about the person. So when you hear 그, you can just think that it's about that person, 거, thing. This is a little bit casual way to say 것, which also means thing. 그거 주세요. 저거 주세요. 이거 싫어요. 저거 좋아요. When you talk with a friend, you just use 거, not 것. 년, ear. So when you talk about ear in Korean, you have to use this noun after numbers. For example, 2001년, the year of 2001. You cannot simply say 2001. So with the word you can say 저는 3년 전에 서울에 왔습니다, which means I came to Seoul 3 years ago. 한, one, or single. So when you want to talk about one something, like one place, one person, you can use this word with the other noun. For example, 한 사람, one person, 한 곳, a place. 말, words. When you talk about Korean, you can say 한국어, but also you can say 한국말, which literally means Korean words. So when you want to say I learn Korean, you can say both 한국어를 공부합니다 and 한국말을 공부합니다. And there's another word meaning horse with the same pronunciation, so make sure you understand it correctly. 일, work. So when Korean people want to ask you what is your job or what do you do, they will say 무슨 일 하세요? So here, 일 was used to mean work. And also Korean people have a lot of work. Usually they work like more than 10 hours a day. They also have a lot of work to do. So in the case, I can say 저도 일이 많이 있어요. 씨, honorific suffix to mean Mr., Miss, Mrs. So let's say you want to call someone who is not your friend but whom you know their name. In that case, you can simply say their name and put 씨. But make sure that you don't put family name there like you do in English. You have to put their first name. So my family name is 이. So if you just call me 이씨 using my family name and that honorific suffix, it sounds rude. So don't do that. You can just call me 재휘씨 using my first name instead of family name. We have another suffix 님, which is more formal than 씨. So you can use it when you call your teacher, like saying 선생님, 일, day. It has the same pronunciation of the word meaning work. Usually you can use it when you read the date. For example, you can say 7월 2일 to mean July 2nd. Or you can also find this word in the word like 내일, meaning tomorrow, and say 내일이 좋아요, which means tomorrow is good. 사회, society. Korean people talk a lot about politics, and in that case, we use 사회 a lot. So if someone is critical about the situation going around Korean society, he might say 한국 사회에는 문제가 많이 있다. Or someone would say 한국 사회는 살기 좋다. 그것, that thing. So it has two words that we learned earlier. 그, meaning that, 것, meaning thing. So for example, when you don't know how to read something in Korean, you can just say 그것 어떻게 읽어요? 집, house, home. So if you're in Korea, you might hear some phrases like 우리 집에 놀러 와. So 집 literally means house, home. So even though you want to say my home, make sure to use the pronoun 우리 and say 우리 집. 문제, problem. For example, like when you take a test and the questions are so difficult, you can say 문제가 너무 어려워. 저, that. You can use this pronoun when you talk about something away from you. So when you do shopping and the item you want to have is far away from you, then you can say 저거, 속, inside. So usually you can use it when you talk about something inside of something. For example, 가방 속에 뭐가 있어요? Meaning what's inside your bag. And there's another word meaning inside, which is 안, to mean the same. 대, place. For formal situation, we use 곳, but for casual, like informal, we use 대. For example, 먹을 대, place to eat. 경우, case. To make you look more smart, you can use this word. For example, 이 경우, this case, 저 경우, that case. 중, center. So you can use this word when you want to say in the middle of something. For example, you can say 한국 음식 중에 뭐가 가장 좋아요? Which literally means in the middle of Korean food, which one do you like the most? So usually it's used with a group of something. 자신, oneself. Unlike the English word oneself, like we usually use it when we give the advice. For example, 너 자신을 알라, which means you should know yourself. Usually we also use this word to mean confidence and say 자신이 있다. One, Korean one. In Korean, you have to say won every time when you talk about money. For example, 2만 원, 2천 원. So when you want to exchange US dollar to won, you can just simply say 달러를 원으로 바꿔주세요. 사랑, love. In Korea, we usually try to be a little bit indirect when talking about love. So we usually use the phrase something like 사랑하는 사람, which means people who I love. So with the one, you can say 사랑해, I love you, or 사랑합니다, I love you formally. Okay, that's all top 25 Korean nouns that we have in this video. Make sure to subscribe. I'll see you next time. 다음 시간 뵙겠습니다. 안녕히 계세요. Hi everyone, I'm Jae-hee. In this video, we have top 25 Korean adjectives. 조용하다, quiet. So you can say 이 방은 조용하다. This room is quiet. So if someone is making a lot of sounds like I'm doing now, you can say 조용히 해, be quiet. 같다, same. So for example, if your eye vision is the same, you can say 이쪽 눈 시력과 이쪽 눈 시력은 같다. 시끄럽다, loud, noisy. So if your neighbor is making a lot of sounds, you can just go there and boom, 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 hit the door and say 시끄러. It's too noisy. Or 이 음악은 너무 시끄럽다. This music is so noisy. Well, for example, when you're on a bus and people just keep talking, na 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 na, then you can say that. 이 버스는 너무 시끄러워. This bus is so noisy. 귀엽다, cute, cute. In Korea, we have something like 뿌잉 뿌잉. So if you find someone who is very cute, you can just say, 정말 귀여워요. You're so cute. 다르다, different. And when you're fighting with your friend in Korean, sometimes you might want to say that 나는 너와 달라, which means I'm different from you. 크다, big, large. Usually we use 크다 when talking about the size. For example, 방이 크다. Wow, this room is big. But also we use it when we talk about the height. For example, 그 사람은 키가 크다. That person is tall. But it literally means that person's height is big. 많다, many. So if you just put this after noun, that means that there are many of something. For example, you can say 우리 집에는 개가 많다, which means there are many dogs in my house. 좋다, good. When you love someone, you can use the verb something like 사랑하다, but it sounds too direct. So Korean people usually use 좋아하다 to mean love too, even though it literally means to like. You can use 좋다 to mean good in general, like for example, 저는 단 음식이 좋아요. I like sweet food. 뭐가 좋아요? What do you like? 행복하다, happy. So this adjective have the noun 행복, which means happiness. So you can say something like 저는 행복한 사람이 되고 싶어요, which means I want to be a happy person. About me, I think I can say 매운 음식은 저를 행복하게 합니다, which means spice food makes me happy. 기쁘다, glad. So I want to say that 여러분이 이 비디오 레슨을 보고 있어서 저도 기뻐요, which means I'm glad that you're watching this video. 화나다, angry. And then I just hear some music and 1 hour later I just be like this. So, yeah. 화가 났어요? Are you angry? Like, you know, when you see someone who looks serious, who look angry, you can just ask, 화가 났어요? 슬프다, sad. So this adjective, 슬프다, can be used with other nouns, something like 슬픈 영화, sad movie, 슬픈 드라마, sad drama, 슬픈 노래, sad song. 아프다, sick. So when you feel sick, you can simply say 몸이 아파요. 피곤하다, tired. After you work a lot, you got home, and then you can say, 피곤해, I feel tired. And when you see your friend looking tired, you can just simply ask 피곤해, or formally 피곤해요, to ask, are you tired? 배가 고프다, hungry. When I feel hungry, I feel sad, I feel angry, I feel miserable at the same time. In that case, I can say 배가 고파서 화가 납니다. I feel angry because I feel hungry. So when I feel hungry, and plus when I feel tired, plus when I feel stressful, I'll always go for spicy food, 매운 음식. And then when you want to ask someone to go out for dinner, you can just say 배고파, I'm hungry, 목이 마르다, thirsty. I feel thirsty now, actually. It literally means I have a dry throat. You feel thirsty, and you can say 목이 말라서 죽을 것 같아. I'm feeling dying because I feel thirsty. 졸리다, sleepy. 너무 많이 먹어서 졸려요. I ate a lot, so I'm sleepy. Or you can say that 졸려요, 이제 잘게요. I'm sleepy. I'm going to bed. 무섭다, scared. So when you have someone who is very strict, yelling at you all the time, you can say that 저는 그 사람이 무서워요. I'm scared of that person. If you like Korean movie, then you can find a lot of scary movies like Old Boy. The character of the movie Old Boy is the scariest character I've ever seen because he waited for 10 years to give the revenge, which is a long time. So when I was watching the movie, I was like, 짜증나다, annoyed. You might hear many Korean people say, 짜증나. It's so annoyed. 놀라다, surprised. When you're surprised, you can say, 놀랐어. I'm surprised. And then when you are surprised really a lot, then you can use the adverb 깜짝. So say, 깜짝 놀라다, which means I surprised a lot. 수줍다, shy. We have some phrases like 수줍어서 이야기를 잘 못했어요. I couldn't talk that much because I feel shy. 재미있다, interesting. 재미 means fun, 있다 means there is. So it literally means there is a fun. 지루하다, boring. The meaning is the same as 재미없다. Both 재미없다, 지루하다 mean boring. 그 영화는 정말 지루해. That movie is really boring. 헷갈리다, confused. So when you're confused, you can just say that, 헷갈려. Like you're not sure like if A is A, if A is B, or if A is C, then you can say, 헷갈려. I'm confused. 헷갈려요. 조금 더 자세히 이야기해 주세요. I'm confused. Please tell me more about it. 멋지다, cool. So when you see something cool, you can say that, 와, 멋지다. Wow, that's cool. Or about a person, you can say that, 저 사람 멋지다. Wow, that person is cool. Okay, that's all top 25 Korean adjectives that we have for this video. Make sure to subscribe and I'll see you next time. 다음 시간에 뵙겠습니다. 안녕히 계세요. 떡볶이.
Expand your vocabulary with our core 2,000 words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Korean ebook before it's gone.